most of these guys that are still addicted to it have this imposter syndrome. They're not really themselves, and they feel like they've robbed themselves of their dignity. That's why you have this subconscious 24/7 shame. This feeling of shame, right? It's conscious, you're mindful of it when you do it, and then you go to the gym, and then that 10 out of 10 baddie is there, and you can't get yourself to speak to her. This is one of the things that are stopping you from approaching beautiful women, is when you're very, very ashamed of yourself. You feel like you don't deserve her. And yes, this might not be a conscious, mindful thought that you have, but it is so fucking subconscious. And it's almost, I'd say that it's almost correlated. Because as soon as I stopped doing that over a year ago, it's gotten just so incredibly easier to approach girls, and I've gotten so much more confidence. So this, I would say that there's a direct correlation between a guy that beats the chicken and him not being able to approach beautiful girls because he's scared of them, or stuttering on first dates, or not knowing what to say, awkward silence, all this stuff. You're less social as a person because you have this subconscious 24/7 feeling of shame. Why? Because it's identity. You identify yourself as a guy that faps, that's trying to stop fapping. That's why in the book Atomic Habits, putting habits and identity together makes it so much easier to stick to good habits and get rid of the bad ones. So if you just say, I'm not the guy who faps, it's going to be so much easier for you to stop fapping than if you think to yourself, I'm trying to stop fapping. No, I've already stopped. I just don't do it. Will you relapse a few times if you've just gone on this path? Probably, yes, most probably, unless there's a big change or a big event in your life that happens that forces you to stop doing it. But it all starts with the identity. Read the book Atomic Habits. It's an amazing book. Another symptom of this is low testosterone, because prolactin, which you release during fapping, lowers your testosterone. So now you have less test. Now work feels harder. You can grow facial hair. You grow muscle harder. You feel less confident, and you just feel like less of a man. And it's not the only thing that prolactin does, by the way. Prolactin also increases acne. So if you see a guy that his face looks like a mine pole, now you kind of know that he does this. He beats the chicken every night. Okay, if you do that too much, you will get a lot of acne breakouts, because that's directly correlated with prolactin. So I hope that I gave you a couple of reasons, or a couple of things to think about. Okay, because these people can see it, especially if you know it. But especially in your interactions with women, bro, I'm a man and I can recognize if a dude jerks off. Imagine women, how good they are at it. Women, how they have this social calibration, how they can just tell people so much easier than we can. You think that girl that you approached at the gym yesterday that rejected you, or said that she has a boyfriend, which she doesn't, do you really think that she doesn't tell by the first minute of speaking to you that you do that? It's something so obvious. But like, hey, if you're a gooner, you don't look at it that way, because you just don't see it in yourself. So then you don't see it in others. But as soon as you stop, and it's been a while, at least half a year or more since you stopped doing it, then you just can see it. What did your past self look like when he was doing that? So now you see it in other guys. So it's so much easier. So yeah, you know that you shouldn't be doing it. So I'm not going to tell you why you should stop. Anyways, these are just a couple of things that I wanted to tell you that people can tell on you. Okay? So with this in mind, may God bless you. I'll catch you on the next one.